I am so jazzed to talk with both of you. Emilia, we've talked a few times before, but it's been a
Yes.
long time. It's been a long time since I've spoken to Marlee Matlin. My gosh, it is such an honor to chat with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Let's get right into it. Are you? And I'll start with Marlee. Are you surprised at all of the accolades that CODA is getting? It's truly one of my favorite films of the year.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. In all honesty, no, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I don't want to sound like I'm on some sort of ego trip. I'm not surprised because we as a community have been underrepresented, yet we know that there have been wonderful stories that we could have told. And so the fact, well, for example, look at Children of Lesser God. It came out 35 years ago and people realized, whoa, what a great story. And it did so well and it got critical raves and reviews. And people went to theaters and said, oh my goodness, there's deaf people out there and there's sign language and there's culture. Now, 35 years later, I mean, we've seen deaf actors occasionally in film and television, but this film has really changed the conversation. Here we have 3 deaf actors carrying the film with Emilia leading the film, and they've never seen anything like this. And they've never heard of anything like this. And I'm talking about people who've never even seen deaf people, but it's been an amazing journey. And here we are represented on the screen and people are touched and they realize, yeah, we can tell stories with deaf actors in it just like anybody else. And we have lives just like anybody else. So yeah, no, I'm not surprised at all. I'm so happy and so very pleased and how everyone has embraced this film.
Your character, Marlee, is just amazing. I mean, she's upbeat, she's sexual, she is just an amazing character to play. Was it on the script from day one?
Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, I said to myself as an actor, I want a challenge. I want to do something completely different than who I am, something I've never done before in the 35-year career that I've had. And so I went for it. And I asked Sean Hader, our director, can I do this and this and that? And she said, go for it. And it made sense. And so, yeah, it was a pleasure playing this character of Jackie. I typically wear hearing aids when I work in films. All the characters I played in movies, I wore hearing aids. But this one, I took my hearing aids off, and that was a challenge for me. I heard nothing, and it caught me off guard. But yet, I could also sign in American Sign Language. I couldn't move my mouth because I typically speak and sign sometimes, but it was great. And I'm happy at what I did, and I'm happy to portray Jackie as I was able to.
Emilia, we've been Twitter buddies for a while, and
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
sad
to.
I can't see your face right now. What is this?
I know. I have to say how proud I am of you and this job you've done. I have been, you know, with the Critics' Choice and everything, I've been pleading to get you an award for this, and I think it's going to happen this year. What do you learn from? What do you learn from Marlee Matlin?
Oh my gosh, what didn't I learn?
Yeah.
I look up to Marlee in every way possible. She's a real kind of mentor to me. I look up to her as an actor. I think she's absolutely phenomenal. I feel so lucky that I've worked with her. But I also really, really look up to Marlee in life. She is so gracious, is so classy, is so fun, is kind and nice and gives everybody attention. And she's just honestly a joy to be with. And you know, I'm not saying this because she's here. She's one of my favorite people in this world. And I feel honestly so grateful that I've been able to work with her, but that I also have her in my life.
I also think that
I could say the same about Emilia.
Well, Emilia is just, you know, she's a treasure. She's a global treasure, is how I feel. Emilia,
She's
surrounding
delicious.
yourself.
She's delicious. She's delicious.
Emilia, in CODA, you are surrounded by these wonderful actors. It must have been a blessing, this film.
Oh, it was. I feel, honestly, I'll be forever grateful for CODA. It was such an amazing experience. I learned so much. It was scary and it was a challenge, but it was the greatest challenge ever. It was so rewarding when we finished. I loved that although it was a lot of hard work, I loved that I was able to learn a language and to kind of portray my feelings through a different medium. I loved learning kind of how to sing. I sing all the time around the house, but I'd never had a singing lesson. So that was so much fun. Fishing was, I guess, also fun. I never thought I'd get up at 3 a.m. and go out to sea with a bunch of fishermen from Gloucester, but I loved that too. And I loved working with Sean and Marlee, Troy, and Daniel. As you said, Marlee, Troy, and Daniel are absolutely incredible actors, and I learned so much working with them.
Marlee, in our final moments, the other character in this film is Cape Ann. It used to be called, let's see, Gloucester, Harbor Sound, and Dogtown, it's known as. How was it working in that small fishing village?
Everybody in that town was amazing people. The culture, the fishing culture, it's something I never experienced before. And I stayed in a house where it was just, everything about the town was warm. For example, the owner of where I stayed, they were just amazing people. And people would come over and see how we were doing. I had chickens in the backyard. Every morning I would wake up and see how many eggs I got. I mean, it was, Gloucester and Rockport are just beautiful, wonderful small towns, quaint and lovely, and the food is great, and the ocean is right there, and everything, and everyone was so accommodating. I'm very grateful that we had the opportunity to work there. And we just, it was just the extras, the people who lived in Gloucester were wonderful. They were wonderful to work with. The bottom line, Gloucester, and the best ice cream too. The best, so many flavors. So anyway, yeah, I'm really happy that we had a chance to shoot there. Gloucester is the bomb. It's a place to go. And if you want to go fishing.
I'm really happy that I got to talk with both of you. Like I said, I haven't talked to Marlee in forever, but Emilia, you're always there on in front of me. So you keep up the good tweets, and just, man, and by the way, Lock and Key is just amazing as well. So
thank you. That's
we adore you.
A lot of fun too, but completely different.
I know. Guys, take care, and thank you so much for your time this morning.
Yeah, you too. Take care. It's so nice to talk to you.